It is Sunday, and we're outside of Las Vegas in the Nevada desert off of I-15. There's a diamond in the rough named the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, built on the back end of Nellis Air Force. This track has been one of my favorites. It is also technically my home track, and I'm glad to go along for the ride as we bring the Slingshot Racing League's mini stock series here on the Overdrive Automotive Media YouTube channel. My name is Cam Gillens, and I'm so excited for this race tonight. It's one of my favorite tracks. Like I said, it's my home track. I've been here a few times. I've actually been in that exact same spot we just seen on the camera there in the infield. But I'm so excited to see these mini stalkers here tonight as we're tackling the only drafting track series. It looks like some of our drivers have figured out the road course in the middle of the track. But we're going to go on and see some of these other drivers as we're on board right here watching the 69 of Larry Pauling. So what we're going to see here tonight is, if you're not familiar with some of these mini stalkers on these big tracks, we're going to see what we would normally see in the bigger series, like the O'Reilly series or the Cup series at Daytona, with the drafting, these four cylinders getting at this big banked mile-and-a-half track. It gives you that draft effect. Last couple seasons we've been at these drafting tracks. If it wasn't here in Vegas, it'd be in Charlotte. It's been barn burners the whole time. So right now we're seeing Larry just doing a single run. He's getting ready to get in the qualifying. Let's get the 88 of Paul Hahn in the infield. Guess some of these guys are excited to do some more road coursing in this. So we've got about a minute left to practice. It's like Larry's the only one that's left out on the actual track, so. This is pulling it up. So right now, as we see at the top of the leaderboard here, practice is the 88 of Paul Hahn, followed by the 56 of Jacob Phillips. In second, the 58 of Justin Wilson in third. The 60 of Steve Vest in fourth. The 44 of Patrick O'Toole in fifth. 35 of Jacob Nickerson in sixth. 29 of Connor Verberidge in seventh. Larry there, as we just seen, he's eighth. The 8B Braxton Deweese is in ninth. And the 8J of James Danforth in 10th. Looks like we're just about done this session, as we're getting ready to go in the qualifying. We're going to start with the 56 of Jacob Phillips. So he's always been fast when it comes to these drafting tracks. If it was not here in the mini stocks, it'd be up there in the ARCA series and all the other Slingshot Racing League series. It's been very fast. Always up there for the win. As you can see, he's classic Super Speedway qualify and go up to the top for your first run and then come to the bottom. We're going on board if as you can see how weeble wobbly these cars are going to be tonight. We're going to see if that bump in... I haven't tried these at these cars, but... See if that bump in 1 and 2 is going to create havoc for these drivers. There's a bump right there as you get into the transition in the center of 1 and 2. As he goes the second, the 58 Justin Wilson goes to the top of the board with a 38.173. Jacob Nickerson up in fourth with a 38.346. Looks like we've got 2.5 more minutes. But yeah, Vegas has always been my favorite tracks. To me, it's been one of the only, like, as you know, as like the classic type of a racetrack. It's always like the winners, the driver's track, where you pretty much anyone that's can. It pretty much favors a lot of the short trackers, dirt trackers, because as being that it's out in the middle of the desert, the beat just beats down on you, just kills tires. So you see like Larson and all of them always fight for the win here. But it looks like we got a couple more minutes left in the session. So I'm just going to shout to the points right now. So at the top of the board, you got 58 of Justin Wilson, followed by 56 of Jacob Phillips in second, 52 of Johnny Rapp in third, the 88 of Paul Hahn in fourth, the 29 of Connor Verbridge in fifth, the 69 of Larry Pauling in sixth, 35 Jacob Nickerson in seventh, the 60 of Steve Vest in eighth, the 8J of James Danforth in ninth, the 18 of Nathan Gentry in 10th, then Connor Shea in 11th, the 8B of Braxton DeWeese in 12th, Zachary Mitchell in 13th, and Ryan Rose in 14th. All right, looks like about got 30 seconds left here in qualifying. As we were just out there on the Neon Garage. These drivers are really excited for this drafting with these cars. It's gonna be really close quarters, and if somebody makes a mistake, as we saw in practice, a couple of people getting loose in the middle of the corner, it's gonna take out 3 or 4, or it might even take out the whole field. So nutrition's gonna be part of this as well. In case that happens, the ones that can just get the cars repaired. Alright, it looks like we're about grid up for our heat race. Alright. Here we go, our starting grids. So Braxton Lewis got the pole for the heat race. followed by the 58 of Justin Wilson, the 56 of Jacob Phillips, the 8 in Paul Hahn in 4th, the 35 of Jacob Nickerson in 5th, the 8J of James Danforth in 6th, 60 of Steve Est in 7th, the 69 of Larry Pauling in 8th, 29 of Connor Verbridge in 9th, and the 44 Patrick O'Toole in 10th. So he qualified. See if he'll even grid up. So we're about ready to get these drivers off. I think we're waiting to see if 44 Patrick O'Toole gets gridded. As we get these cars off and rolling. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how much space these cars keep between each other going into these corners. Like like we had some drivers were talking earlier. If you could bump in the center of the corners, we advised against it, but being these guys, I'm sure they're gonna give her a go. As we're coming down the backstretch. There's a couple of people that's already getting their dancing partners. There's a pace car's getting ready to pull off down pit road. And we are green. Looks like the 58 of Justin Wilson gets the jump. It looks like the 56 of Jacob Phillips tries to swatch lanes and he gets behind 58 of Wilson. Braxton Dweese gets the front. Looks like the 35 of Nickerson gets in the lane. He's just getting down in the middle lane. He's trying to create some momentum. As we're 2 by 2 by 2. Looks like Nickerson's getting some momentum on the bottom of Dweese. He's thinking about taking her 3 wide. He thinks better of it. The 56 is also thinking about taking her 3 wide. But the 56 and 58 are tucked right. Oh, looks like Phillips gets a little loose right there. He's thinking about taking the 3 wide. He runs that these cars are just dating. Oh, it looks like Nickerson falls back a little bit. That's going to bring the 29 Burbridge up to the 4th position. He's thinking about taking their 3 wide as well. Nickerson's right there in case something happens. We're already 3 to go. As we're coming down the back stretch. Mustang's led up there. Energy with Burbridge on the back of Deweese can bring him try to fight. Up with Wilson. As we come 2 to go here in tonight's heat race. Oh! And we got contact. We have Wilson on his roof. We're gonna have to go back and see if we can figure that out what happened right there. Alright. As we're coming out of turn 4 here. It's like he's getting a push from Phillips and it just didn't turn. Right, we're going to see if we can get a better idea of what happened. As we're going up top, it looks like he gets a little squirrely and hits Deweese. Then he gets into Phillips and he puts it on his roof along the side. We go to get these guys racked back up. See if anyone's think about 3 to go. I think we're just gonna let these cars go. Oh, it looks like Phillips comes down pit road. So he gets some of that damage. So it looks like out front we got Deweese, Burbridge, Nickerson, Hahn, Vest, Danforth, and Pauling. Who's left on track? It's like we're at least gonna have another lap, but that is your classic super speedway racing route that we just had there. We should be good. 1 to go this time by. Looks like Wilson and Phillips both had enough damage. They might have just pulled away to get those cars fixed for the feature tonight. Alright. Looks like we might be staying single file for this. It looks like we're going to stay single file. So we're going to see some momentum come from back from probably the 3rd and 4th cars. Watch to see if Nickerson keeps a little space between him and Burbridge to get some momentum coming. As it goes up through the gears. So Nickerson's always wanting to watch when it comes to these drafting tracks. Remember, first time we did it in this series when we went to Charlotte, he did the back to the front a couple different times during that race to win it. As he's getting, it looks like they're all going to start up there on the outside. coming back to the restart. Ada backs to Luis. Starts her off. As we're going up through the gears. He gets out to a jump. So it looks like Phillips gets there on the backside. Oh, Luis gets out to a jump. We're going to see a tandem between Nickerson and Burbridge. We'll get back up to him. As you can see, Nickerson tucked in Ryan Burbridge. As is Haunted Vest. It takes a couple of laps for these cars to get wrapped up. I don't see as of right now that closing speed catching Luis as we're coming down the backstretch. I say that, there it comes. As you see, looks like we're gonna go 2 for 2. Try to see if we can get back to Luis here. And here comes Burbridge. As Luis goes to block. As you see Burbridge up there trying to get a little bit of a draft. As they go to the bottom lane. Looks like Burbridge is going to take home the heat race tonight. Followed by the 8, Jackson Luis. The 8 of Paul Hahn. The 35 of Jacob Nickerson. Oh, right there. So yeah, it's Jacob Nickerson in 4th. Steve S in 60 in 5th. James Danforth in the 8J in 6th. 56 of Jacob Phillips after his troubles got it back up to 7. Larry Pauling in 8th. Justin Wilson in 9th. And Patrick Toulden grid. So that's pretty much what we expected. Between all that's what happened. But it looks like we got a couple minutes warm up. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can talk to the 35 of Jacob Nickerson. Jacob, it's Cam in the booth. You got me?
I got you loud and clear, brother.
That was interesting there. It's like, that's pretty much what I expected to see. So what was your take when you seen Justin and Phillips there get tangled up?
Well, I saw him getting tangled up in the mirror there, and I was like, okay. I was just hoping they didn't want to come down, or didn't come down onto me while I was there wrecking, but, no, you take those wins when you can get them, and you take those wins when you can get them, and see what you can have happen with them, and was able to bring myself up to a 4th place finish. I was trying to push Braxton, but down the bottom there, it is too risky on the apron.
Yes, I seen that. I didn't know if you were gonna try to lead back a little bit so you could create some that momentum, but he just got a whale of a jump coming off that restart. It took you pretty much a whole green right checker just to even catch back up to him.
Yeah, I have a bit of a issue on that one where this restart you're either way too high in the revs in 2nd or way too low in 3rd, and I don't have a clutch yet, so I cannot clutch bomb it off the start. So I'm kind of screwed either way. I was just practicing. I was just rigging up a clutch to a button, so hopefully I can do something. But we'll see what will happen there.
But as far as what's your strategy for this feature as we go into the 45 laps of this craziness?
Well, first off, I don't have enough fuel to make it to the finish. We have 30 laps, so I might play it calm until the pit stops, but we'll see what happens there. Might even just take fuel only, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's your tires for that 5 laps? You probably didn't do a whole lot.
No, 5 tires are fine. I'm thinking about just taking a splash and go and hoping. My cat is screaming. I don't know if you can hear him, but he wants to be on the broadcast.
Good old Bertha.
It's not Bertha. It's
Oh,
Oliver
thought
this time.
Bertha.
He's mad he's not on the car.
uh, well, it looks like we're about ready to get you gridded.
Yep.
So, all right, we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Talk to you in a bit.
Okay. All right, that's 35 of Jacob Nickerson. So we're getting ready to grid back up. As a starting grid for tonight's feature, you got the 29 of Connor Burbridge on pole, followed by the 8B of Braxton DeWeese in second, the 88 of Paul Hahn in third. So we just heard from him, the 35 of Jacob Nickerson in fourth, the Steve S in 60 in fifth, the 8J of James Danforth in sixth, 56 of Jacob Phillips in seventh, 69 of Larry Pauling in eighth, 58 of Justin Wilson in ninth, and 44 of Patrick O'Toole. Looks like he's got grids as he missed the heat race, so he'll finish out our starting lineup for tonight's feature. So yeah, he's pretty much seen it's like we all come to these restrictor play, super speedway, whatever races, drafting, side by side drafting, the whole 9 yards. Sometimes it goes wrong, as we've seen what happened there. You have a car that's in the middle that kind of gets squirrely and gets in the other, and some of these cars will get tangled up and gets the momentum with each other, go to the front. We're about ready to start tonight's feature. As the pace car pulls off. And we are green. 29 of Burbridge gets the jump outside of Braxton DeWeese. As Nickerson up our, like he was kind of saying, is going to start getting in tandem with DeWeese there. He's kind of leaving a little bit of space to see if he can get some momentum coming up for him. Good Archie Bargy up front. So we're getting a little excitement going on up front. That tandem up there. It's like Nickerson. Oh, it's like Braxton thought about coming to the back, to the bottom there. He thought better of it. As it looks like the 56 of Phillips is thinking about taking it 3 wide there. He's trying to create a third lane as they pretty much trapped the 50 of Justin Wilson into the center. Oh, we're 3 wide in the center of the corner. Oh man, these drivers taking every run they can get right now. So Ada DeWeese is blocking both those top lanes. So he gets to push it, which might just tag the wall. Oh, looks like the back end of Burbridge is kind of dead to the round right now as Dickerson thought about taking it 3 wide right there. As we're already lap 5. These drivers keeping it clean as right now as Dickerson goes to the top of with Phillips trying to get that 3rd line going. He's trying to get some momentum going as he's got in the back of DeWeese once again. Looks like they kind of lose a little bit in the center of the corner, but gain it back on exit. Oh, thinking about going 4 wide there. 3 wide, a couple deep. This is good, pretty much trapped Dickerson up on the top side by himself. Let's get back and grab. Phillips once again as we're 3 wide for the lead. Oh boy. As we're going 4 wide. Right at the start, Braxton kind of flickered a little bit. It's going to bring the 8J of Danforth up to 3rd. As we're seeing all these, oh man! Luis gets a little loose there, about to hook out the field. But everyone gained to back up. That's gonna push Burbridge up in front. As we're still 3 wide in the middle of the pack. We're gonna go on board with Jacob Phillips here. As he's right there in the middle of the pack, you see how close they're getting to the back end of these cars. As he's pushing right there. You can see how squirrely these guys are getting. As they're back in the pack. The 44 Patrick O'Toole is out by himself, lost the draft a little bit. These drivers are starting to finally calm down a little bit from that 3 wide madness. As you heard Jacob Nickerson say, it's like they only had 30 laps of fuel in here, so to stay green, we're going to see some of these drivers take their pit stop all together, see if some of these drivers are, before the race, decide to tandem up, come down and get some draft together. As 58 and Wilson gets up to the front once again. Phillips on the back end of him. Side draft in the middle of the corner. So Burbridge is out to part of it. So that's going to get some momentum going for that top row. As Phillips thought about taking it 3 wide there. As we're already lap 12. These drivers is side by side. Take a look at this blimp. Oh, as we're getting squirrely right there. Right in the middle of the tri-oval. Double file all the way back through the pack. Looks like Deweese flickered a little bit. Phillips comes up the side draft. Be interested to talk to Nickerson a little bit later, see if these tires start to go away. Said our heat race earlier, but we didn't really see a whole lot of fall off with them. So it's gonna be interesting once these drivers come down for that pit stop to see if some of them takes tires. So we're 3 wide in the back of the pack a little bit. Jacob Phillips, Paul Hahn, and Steve S. 3 wide. Phillips is trying to get that high line riled up once again. Trying to get Jacob Nickerson up the tandem with him. Still 3 wide in the center. Ooh! Hahn got a little loose. Had contact with Phillips. As we're still on the grade. We're on board with Larry Pauling here. See, he has perspective out of that hornet's nest right in front of him. Aboard Jacob Nickerson on top. Oh, it looks like Larry pulled out a little bit. Because we got that 3-car draft up top, led by Paul Hahn. Let's see if he can get the momentum and pull down in front of Wilson there. Not quite, does it? Those 3. Oh, he gets a little squirrely up in front. Looks like Phillips right there gave him a little bit of leeway as we go 3 wide for second. Oh, there we go. And we save it. Let's get Paul up to the front and Nickerson in second. See if this field gets back to him after a few laps. Or Nickerson's just going to start getting the 2-car draft to see if they could get a pull him away from that draft. That field's going to have to get single file for him to start getting some momentum. Pretty sure that's Nickerson's strategy is pushing Hahn out there as far as he can with that hornet's nest behind him. He's still going 3 wide. After that contact. Deweese trapped on the backside, but it looks like that draft is coming, slowly catching those front two once again. And they are there. Oh, it's Steve Vest goes slamming into the wall. Oh, as we have contact. 35 of Nickerson, it looks like 35 Nickerson and Phillips, the 56. We could go back and take a look at what just transpired. We're gonna start there with Steve Est. So, cause he see what happened there. I don't know if he's got loose. Oh, we got a little contact between him and Larry. And then go back and see what this up front. Looks like Dixon kind of came down a little bit. Scroll that back up a little bit. Take a different perspective on that. We're going to do our blimp. Let's see here. We'll go to our blimp. Oh, almost looked like the air of when Paul came down. Pretty much took the air off of Nickerson's car. We'll take one more look at it. Let's go back to our regular view here. So yeah, it looks like he got sideways with the air taken off in front of his by Hahn and then got into Phillips. It looks like we're taking under caution. Everyone's coming in. Looks like we are seeing tires. Looks like we have the 88 of Hahn comes out first. 8J of Danforth in second. Burbridge in third. Wilson in fourth. DeWeese in fifth. Pauling sixth. Dickerson stayed on a little bit to get some of that crash damage fixed. Then we're gonna have a lap or two of caution, especially if these guys getting caught back up. We're gonna go ahead and bring Jacob back up in here in the booth. Jacob, it's Cam in the booth again. You got me?
I got you loud and clear, brother.
Let me see if I got this right. What happened there? It's like when Paul
well,
go ahead.
Okay, stop and hold on. I felt the air run away from me, and I knew I was in for a hard time, and the car just kind of went down on its own. And Phillips just was there, and
Yep.
I got turned around, but I was able to save it. So
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought happened. I seen that Paul came down and took the air right off the front of your car and got you so loose.
oh yeah, I had no front end grip anymore. And
Yep.
this thing hardly has grip to begin with.
Well, it looks like your strategy wasn't quite what you were anticipating.
Well, I was
like
trying to take it easy.
Mhm.
I was trying to take it easy, and then next thing you know, I was 3 wide up high, 3 wide in the middle, 3 wide in the bottom, like everything else. So you know, it's the strategy didn't necessarily pay off that good, but anyways, I think we're about ready to go green here. So
we are. So I'll let you go.
Sounds good.
Uh, that is once again 35 and Jacob Nickerson. We're going back to green. And we're back to green. The 8 of Paul Hahn gets a jump. The 8J of James Danforth gets back up on the top. Justin Wilson in behind him. Ooh, looks like Danforth got a little squirrely. Looks like those cars in the back might start losing the draft if they don't get back together. We got back up front. Danforth, it looks like, gets to the front. See if he's blocking. So Wilson's up out in a second. Oh, Burbridge gets a little loose right there in the center of the quad oval. As it looks like Wilson and Burbridge up on top. Nickerson finally did get the draft back up to get back up to that pack, so we can see if he can make some ground up. As he does, he goes straight to the back up on top. Ooh, Burbridge gets loose in the center of the corner. As we're all scrambling up here towards the lead. Oh, Wilson gets a little squirrely. As we're about 3 wide once again. Oh, I thought about taking a 4 wide. Oh, Burbridge is getting squirrely again. Looks like these cars are getting light coming out of the corners now, even with brand new tires. As Wilson's up there. Oh, looks like Phillips looked like got loose and just tried to carry the top lane. As we're 3 wide, back to second row. Blinks a little bit. It looks like we're about 3 wide second. He's trapped up on top. Trying to take a little bit of a side draft there to keep them held back. We're starting a side draft here, coming 15 laps to go. Looks like we're getting some of our tandem. One of these drivers is picking their own partner. Wilson thought about going down to block that bottom lane. Nickerson goes to the top. Oh, looks like Phillips gets into the wall. There we go, the caution. We're gonna see back and see what happened there. Oh, yep, there it is. We're going to focus there on 29 Burbridge. Once again, you got a little light and quad oval. came down. Larry was there. Got him. Saved it. Saved Phillips. He got there back into the wall. As we're at 13 to go. These cars line up. So right now we got the 8J of James Danforth in first, followed by the 58 of Justin Wilson in second, the 88 of Paul Hahn in third, the 8B of Braxton Deweese in fourth, 35 of Jacob Nickerson in fifth, 69 of Larry Pauling in sixth, 56 Jacob Phillips in seventh, 29 of Connor Beveridge in eighth, the 9th of Steve Vest, or the 60 of Steve Vest in ninth, and 44 Patrick O'Toole pulled off early. So it looks like Steve there is going to get the lucky dog, bring him back on the lead lap. It looks like some of these drivers are warming up the tires. I think we're getting ready to go. One to go this time. These drivers should be starting to get back to double file. So this 56 of Jacob Phillips has had a hard time tonight. So it looks like everything we've had going on, he's been part of. So as it started, it's been all the way up to third. So I know, like I say, he got taken up with Nickerson at first, and this time with Burbridge and all that. I don't know if he swerved or whatever, and to try to miss it and got into the wall. But as we're coming off of turn 4, getting ready back to go to green. As we go back, and we are back to green. Oh, they get squirrely up in front. Looks like Deweese and Hahn get squirrely. We have one that pulls off to the bottom. That's Vest. Coming down the backstrap. And we got Danforth up front, Wilson up high. He's the only one up high, so he's doing all he can with the side draft. Looks like this field kind of got scrambled from the start. Ooh, as Danforth and Wilson touch, get squirrely. So here comes Phillips up on the top side once again. Looks like Deweese and Vest got scrambled from that. He's coming, 8 to go. Oh, Phillips gets high. So Wilson is side-drafted everything he's got out of Danforth. And Hahn Air brings Nickerson back into the fray. To go 2 by 2. Nickerson goes a little bit high. Burbridge, as he goes again, gets underneath Phillips there. He's gonna suck up behind Phillips. Kelly. Oh, as Danforth gets turned. It's gonna be Paul Hahn as well, and it's gonna bring us back to caution. We're gonna go back and take a gander at that. And we're up here in the front once again. As we're going in the corner. Keep an eye on Danforth and Hahn here. So coming down the back stretch. Looks like Danforth just got high, came down a little bit. Go back, see if we can do a little different perspective going on up there. Right. This gets the push. Gets pushed once again. The air. He gets up tight and then he comes back down on there. Restart this. Up the 5 to go. So we got Wilson up front. Phillips in second, Burbridge in third, Phillips in fourth, Halling in fifth, Danforth in sixth, Deweese in seventh, Hahn in eighth, Vest in ninth, then O'Toole in 10th. Right, we're about to see a barn burner here. Looks like this is probably going to be a natural green-white checkered. Well, maybe still 5 laps to go. After most of this, they kept it calm and collected. We've seen them start last a little bit that super speedway calamity that we've always get started coming into play. I'm sure we're about to see a whole lot more. 5 laps to go. All the give is completely taken out of the equation. It's all going to be take going into this last few laps. As we're about ready to go back to green. Looks like we're already seeing some tank slapping going on the restart. And we are green, and Wilson gets a whale of a jump. Burbridge down on the bottom. As we've seen, it takes about a lap and oh, we already reckoned in the back. Are we gonna stay green? Nope, we're back on the caution. Let's see what happened here. On this restart, we're gonna keep an eye on 69 of Larry Pauling here. Oh, looks like we're already scrambled up a little bit. So DeWeese looks like they didn't even. Oh, he kind of sweeped up and got Han there. Don't know if he got tied to just went there and collected Han. Okay, so now this is gonna be a green white checkered. This might be our only attempt at a green white checkered. See if we get one to go here. Nope. Yep, this will be our only attempt at a green white checker here. So Justin will look pretty good if he gets that same jump once again. It's going to take her pretty much these drivers for the rest of the race just to get back to him if he gets that big of a jump once again. And I'm sure that's exactly what he's planning on as well. We're going to come one to go here to get to the restart. So the reset is you got Justin Wilson out front, 29 of Connor Verbiage in second, 56 of Jacob Phillips in third, 35 of Jacob Nickerson in fourth, the 88 J of James Danforth in fifth, the 8B of Braxton DeWeese in sixth, The 69 of Larry Paulin in 7th. The 60 of Steve Vest in 8th. The 88 of Paul Hahn in 9th. And the 44 of Patrick O'Toole rounding out our field. Alright. Down on the back stretch. We're gonna see if these guys can keep it straight for this only attempt at a green and white checkered. Sees nose to tail as the pace car pulls off. And oh, we already got Havoc. That's gonna pretty much gonna bring it down to Phillips and Wilson. Got jumping up on that restart. It's gonna pretty much left field. Unless these guys can get a single file here. It's pretty much going to be Phillips and Wilson. They're going to try to take it out between themselves. Well, we're going to see what the rest of this pack does. It might get interesting coming down the back. Because they're back there. They're right there. As we're going too wide once again, DeWeese, he goes up there on the top side. Oh, Phillips is thinking about as he gets a side draft. And here we go. Everyone's darting, coming down the back. As we go 3 wide in the center of the corner. Phillips gets to the bottom of his side, and Wilson on the side will go side by side. As they touch, and it looks like it's going to be Wilson coming down to win tonight in Vegas. At the 56 of Phillips in second, the 8J of Danforth in third. What a well of a race right there. We're going to go take a look at that once again. Oh, we're going to go back a little bit further than that. I'll go even further than that. Because we'll go back here in the center of the corner. In the back stretch. All right, here we go. So as you see, as Wilson gets out there in front, the calamity between Danforth, or DeWeese and Danforth right there, gets a little sideways. Burbridge comes there, creates it a 3 wide. There's enough jockeying right there. It's the door slamming between Phillips and Wilson there for the win. As you have Wilson there doing his little burnouts. So you did there. We're gonna go through the results real quick. So yeah, as I said, you got Wilson there for the win. The 56 of Jacob Phillips is second. The 8J of James Danforth in third. The 29 of Connor Burbridge in fourth. The 8B of Braxton DeWeese in fifth. The 35 of Jacob Nickerson in sixth. The 88 of Paul Hahn in seventh. The 69 of Larry Pauling in eighth. The 60 of Steve Est in ninth. And the 44 of Patrick O'Toole in 10th. Alright, see if we can get... So we got top two. See if we can get to third place. Give it a second. See if he pops in here. All right, looks like he hasn't yet, so we're just gonna go straight to second place. Oh, there he goes. Okay, there's James. All right, we'll get James in here. We'll start with tonight's interviews. The 8J James Danforth. James, it's Cam in the booth. You got me?
I do.
That was fairly interesting right there. First thing you got out front there and thought you could keep it up with those guys, but you started tangling in the center of the field there and let those two get out in front of you. What was your take on it?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to apologize to Braxton. I didn't realize until I watched the replay that I'd gotten into him, getting into 3,
Mm-hmm.
coming to the checkered,
Mm-hmm.
which I obviously wasn't trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, again, I didn't even know that we made contact until I watched the replay.
Mm-hmm. Is that how was the tires situation there? Did you feel any drop off between once you came and got tires towards the end of that?
Not too bad. The left sides were under, or after the first stop, the left sides were only like 1% off.
Oh,
The
really?
right sides were only like 3% off from
Uh huh.
being 100. So
Mm-hmm.
the right side, I only took right sides during
Mm-hmm.
that caution, and I think it kind of helped
Mm-hmm.
hold the bottom a little bit better, but I didn't seem to really make too big of a difference.
Mm-hmm. As as I saw a few times about some of the air and stuff like that got off some of these cars. Did you have any trouble with that once the car comes swap down off your wake?
It was it was a little weird. I mean, it was manageable, um,
Mm-hmm.
but or at least I had no problems managing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I really got into any weird situations, fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
All right. Before we let you go, is there anyone you want to do a shout out to?
just you guys for doing this every week. It's been a blast. I also just want to say sorry to Braxton again.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last person I want to run into. That should be it tonight.
All right. Well, congratulations on your third place tonight, and we will talk to you later.
I appreciate it.
Okay. That was the 8J James Danforth. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in our second place here tonight, the 56 Jacob Phillips. Jacob, it's Cam in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Well, that was a very, very eventful race for you. Seemed like
Yeah,
you did back to the front of the pack challenge like 3 or 4 times. How was your take on all of it?
it was a good race. Uh, Apologize to my Jacob counterpart. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
happened. It kind of looked like he maybe drifted up and then came back down a little bit, but I also forced the issue, stuck it in there when I didn't need to. Luckily, it didn't really tear either of our cars up, so we were both
Mm-hmm.
able to rebound. Um, but yeah, no, it was interesting, definitely, like you said, back to the
Mm-hmm.
front, to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front. So
Yes, I was talking to James there. He's like, it seemed like a couple times some of the arrow stuff definitely created a little bit of loose as you're coming through the pack. And I think that's kind of what happened to you. I think that was what you were just talking about with Nickerson there is the front end of his car got taken off by that car in front of it, and that's why he got loose.
Yeah, it almost looked like his front end almost planted and the ass end of the car kicked up a little bit and maybe got it a little squirrely. But
Mm-hmm.
it, the aero package on these things on these tracks is interesting to say the
Mm-hmm.
least. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you're definitely holding on to it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
As we
yeah,
saw.
no, it was a good race. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. As I said, how was your tires towards the end of that?
Tires felt fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, didn't have any issues with the tires. It was mainly just trying to keep myself in a position where I could try to avoid any wrecks if necessary. And actually,
Mm-hmm.
I think that came in handy like 2 or 3 times. So
Mm-hmm. All right.
yeah,
Before we
no, it
let
was
you.
it was good. It was eventful.
Mm-hmm. All right. Before we let you go, is there anyone you want to do a shout out to?
Yeah, man. Shout out you first and foremost for broadcasting, putting on the show each and every
Mm-hmm.
week. It's appreciated from the drivers to the league and to the fans as well. I know everybody appreciates everything you do, the time you put in to put these things on. Slingshot Racing League for putting the league on, giving us something to do on Sunday nights. Kind of fun, but still competitive. It's really nice to be a part of. Shout out Justin and James for that last restart. We all kind of were planning out a strategy, try and get
Mm-hmm.
that bottom line to clear the outside before turn one. I don't know how well James fared in it, but I was glued to Justin's bumper, so I was not watching a mirror at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was more focused on not wrecking Justin and myself. So, shout out Payday Racing guys, Justin, Johnny, Randy Bechtel, all those guys. Uh, Missed having Johnny out here tonight. Uh, but yeah, other than that, and all the guys that come in on these things with us week in and week out, always strive to put on a show, and I think once again we succeeded in doing so.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, congratulations on your second place, and we will talk to you later.
I appreciate it, buddy. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That was our second place tonight. 56, Jacob Phillips. All right, here go. That brings us to the portion of tonight's show, the winner interview. We'll go ahead and bring the 58 of Justin Wilson into the booth. Justin, it's Cab in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, this one's a little bit different than usually time you get up here. It looks like you actually had to fight for this to win tonight. How'd you think it went?
Oh, well, good. I mean, draft was there, man. It was
Mhm.
fun.
As I say, say you for quite a bit for those laps. Tried to do some side drafting up top because you were the only one there. Did you have any funky things to go on with your arrow tonight? To some of these other drivers? You there? Oh, I guess that's all he wanted to say. All right. That's very interesting. I guess that was our winner for the 58 of Justin Wilson. Alrighty. That just about does it for us tonight then. Alright. Well, as we saw tonight, it was very interesting. Very super speedway and the whole 9 yards. The draft. Everyone getting runs. Carnage, as we've seen with those runs. Some people got the arrow taken off their cars and everything. And turned out that Justin once again comes out and wins it. So, all right, about does it for me tonight. That was like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all of y'all for watching. We have fun days. We'll do it again tomorrow night as we do the short track championship there at New Smyrna with Jacob and I. So, all right, this has been Cam Gillens for the Ojive Automo Mia YouTube channel, and we will talk to you later.